Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Bible Online. Grab your Bible, grab that mobile device, open it up to your Bible app, and we're going to get started. We are going to Luke 12. Luke 12, it's in the New Testament, in the latter third of your Bible. If you don't know where it is, check out the table of contents in the front, or if you're on a mobile device, just type in Luke 12. It'll get you there. Once you're at Luke 12, we're going to scroll down, start in verse 15. This is a passage actually I wanted to unpack on this Sunday's message when we were talking about the kind of insatiable or the infection of money, that need and desire for more and more. But I didn't have the time to fully unpack it, so I want to give a little bit of word on Luke 12. Verse 15, he says, "Take care and be on your guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." And he told them a parable, saying, "The land of a rich man produced plentifully. And he thought to himself, what shall I do, for I have nowhere to store my crops? And he said, I will do this. I will tear down my barns and build up larger ones. And there I will store all my grain and goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, Fool, this night your soul is required of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be? So is the one who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God." If you have a study Bible, you'll notice a footnote in when he says, eat, drink, and be merry. It's actually a footnote back to Ecclesiastes. What scholars believe would be King Solomon. We don't know for sure who wrote it, but he looked life over. He had as much wealth, wisdom, a huge kingdom, and he says, look, if you just gather up all sorts of stuff, it's vanity. There's this balance between using what we have to do good, to be joyful. We need to enjoy it, but just to increase it all, save it all, money, possession, save it all up, and then at the end of our life, or our life might be taken from us, we might lose it all. Well, what was the point? So there's this balance of enjoying life in the moment, of doing good with the resources we have, and understanding that really what this is all talking about, it's not about the works-based system here. It's not about really what we do. And sometimes we can look at that and say, oh, well, if I just do this, if I give enough money, give this amount of money, give these possessions to the poor, do this, oh, well, then God will be, fine with me, or he'll like me or accept me, and then it'll be all right. It's really a heart condition, which again, I want to come back to verse 34 when he sums up this whole thing. If you scroll way down, he says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." This isn't just about good works. It's about a heart condition. Where's our heart at? And I think this is so important in this passage, that this rich man that had all this produce, obviously he had a lot of land and it was doing well, but his heart had been taken. That his heart was on storing up his grain and produce, to the point where he tears down his current barns and storehouses and he builds up more. His whole heart had been taken by what he does. Now, maybe you're a farmer and this totally applies, but this should apply to all of us. Whatever we're doing, is our focus, our heart, our treasure so much on building stuff up so that maybe we could enjoy it someday, or maybe we need to get to a certain point? It's heart condition. And you can work as hard as you can and set up a bunch of rules for yourself. Let's even say you give away everything you have and you think, oh, well, then there you go. Now I'm good. Well, wait, is your heart condition now on doing everything that's good and just building up good works? Because that's problematic too. It's probably better than just storing it up for yourself. You're not being selfish, but it's this balance. We have to not be selfish. We have to not just store up everything for ourselves. We can't be focused on ourselves. We need to give to the poor. We need to give to charity. We need to support people. We need to give to people without the requirement and request of like wanting something back or needing something back. These are all great principles that I think are found in the Bible. But we can't lose sight of what Jesus summed it up with, and that's our heart. Where is our treasure? Is our treasure in Jesus? Is that where we find our love and devotion? Is that where meaning for life, identity? Is it really in Jesus? Or is Jesus just a side piece? And really something else we do or collect is really the heart condition. Leave a question, leave a comment. Hopefully I did a decent job of explaining it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to like, comment, share this. It helps get the message out, and maybe it'll help people who are maybe struggling. Thank you so much. Have a great week.